Welcome everyone. In this series of videos, I will make videos on metal cutting and machining principles. This subject is under the production engineering part of mechanical engineering. And in this very first video, I will start from the basic geometry of a single point cutting tool, different names of a single point cutting tool. Starting with the definition of machining, that it is the process of removing unwanted part of any material by means of shearing of material and by using proper cutting tool. Based on the hardness factor of the material on which we are going to the machining operation, we have to choose a proper cutting tool, and after this the removal of material will take place under the phenomenon of shearing. The removal of chips will have the shear failure from the parent material. Two important terms are there, that is workpiece and cutting tool. The metal on which the removal of material is taking place is known as workpiece, and the tool which is used to remove the material is known as cutting tool. So in this slide we have a picture of a single point cutting tool, and this part is known as the shank of a single point cutting tool. Before going to this, I want to say that what is tool hand system. So it is something that when you will place a single point cutting tool in your hand, then by placing it on your hand you can surely mention different part of that particular tool, different angles given to the different edges and flank surfaces. That's why it is known as tool hand system. So this, what is the main role of the shank part? It is mainly for the holding purpose. Whatever job we are performing, we have to hold this single point cutting tool in a particular machine, whether it can be lathe or it can be shaper. So for proper fixture we have this part attached with the tool post, so it is mainly for the holding purpose. Later on, it is the part mainly responsible for the cutting operation. In this part, different surfaces are there, different faces are there, and each faces and surfaces have different inclinations. Later we will see how those inclinations are given. I have written two of the faces, that is side flank and end flank, and a face. Also I have given four name of 4 points A, B and C and D, and I have represented those points here also, so that we will know that how the single point cutting tool is attached with the workpiece. If we assume a turning operation and also assume that this is a cylindrical job or workpiece and it is rotating, as you can see by this arrow, it is fixed in a jaw of a lathe and it is rotating and the cutting operation is going on. Before this, two important terms is there, atmospheric surface and machine surface. The surface which are yet to be machined and till now it is not machined is known as atmospheric surface, and the surface which are already being machined, as you can see this part is already machined, so this is known as machined surface. So the side AB is mainly responsible for the cutting operation. This side AB comes under the part of the side flank. That's why AB is known as side cutting edge. You can also give a different name to it, that is major cutting edge or principal cutting edge. The side BC comes under the end flank part and it is known as end cutting edge or auxiliary cutting edge or minor cutting edge. We can say from the figure that only the side AB is exposed to the workpiece and BC is not having in touch with the workpiece. But in practicality, it doesn't happen. A small part of BC is also attached with the workpiece. So if we want efficient machining, then we have to reduce the contact of BC with the workpiece. You can see a shaded region is here. In many of the electronics and electrical and daily life components which we use basically, we can see the edge of that particular things are given a particular curvature of a particular radius. Why this is given? This is due to the term or the factor that is the stress concentration. If the stress concentration increases, the possibility of the failure of that material will increase. So in order to having sharp edges, we always try to give a curvature so that the stress concentration reduces and the life of that particular thing increases. In tool, it is also same, that you can see in the part B I have uh, draw a small circle, that is the radius of the curvature. It is given to that side so that the premature failure of the tool doesn't occurs. Also, when we will learn the AS and ORS system, we will learn that the different faces will have different inclination angles are given to them. Why these inclination angles are given? If we visualize, the side AB comes under the side flank, so and it is also exposed to the job piece or the work piece. So if the whole side flank comes in contact with the workpiece, what will happen? The rubbing action or the friction action will more. The heat will be more produced, so we will don't have the efficient machining. In order to reduce this, we give a certain inclination of that side flank by means of grinding operation. These are the some basic factors related to single point cutting tool. The next slide I have drawn the faces, that is this part is the rake side flank, this is the end flank, and the part top of the tool is known as rake face. Okay, and the main cutting, the lower portion of the, if we want to give definition to those flank surfaces, we have to say that the lower portion below the main cutting edge AB is known as side flank. The below part of the side BC is known as end flank. As I have mentioned earlier, for effective and efficient machining, the flank surfaces should not come in contact with the workpiece. That's why the inclination are given to those flanks by means of grinding them. Inclination are also given to avoid rubbing or friction action. So if you see this diagram, you can visualize the how this end flank and side flank are represented here in this tool. So in this figure you can see that this yellow part is the formation of chip. Chip is coming out due to shearing option. I have mentioned earlier that different inclinations are given, and in the previous slide this is the rake face, the top face. So when the chip is coming out from the workpiece, it will be a normal tendency of that chip to go in this passage, that is the passage between the machined surface and the end cutting edge. But if we give an inclination to the rake face, this phenomena will not occur. That is, the chip will have a proper direction and it will not fall in this region. So what will happen if it fall this region? The more friction will occur between the machine surface and the tool due to the chip. So the machine surface will have a less or worst surface finish. So if we want to avoid this, we have to give inclination to the rake face. Later on in the next video, I will try to cover the different inclination angles, different tool signatures, different specifications angles of a single point cutting tool. Thank you for watching this video.